Okay. So what is this? What they'll do? Aquatic and plants and animals both, if they want to survive, what they need to do? They need both oxygen and as well as carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide for what purpose, Harish?
For the plants.
For the part, for what purpose? For photosynthesis, yes or no? So they will take the carbon dioxide and as well as oxygen, both is needed for surviving, essential for the survival of aquatic plants and animals. So they will take the dissolved oxygen and as well as carbon dioxide, which is diffused into the water from the atmosphere. That is what. Do you understanding, guys? So aquatic plants will use the dissolved carbon dioxide for preparation of food. That is what photosynthesis. And aquatic animals use the dissolved oxygen of water for breathing purposes. For example, you can take fish. Fish, how it will breathe, guys? With the help of gills, yes or no? That is what, it will absorb the oxygen from water which is dissolved in water. So that is also we can say, that is what we can say the example of diffusion in gases, so diffusion in liquids. So you can tell me the diffusion in liquids is lesser than gases or more faster than gases?
Lesser than
Gases. Now you can see, I told you two different examples. First one, spreading of potassium permanganate into the water. It is what? Diffusion of solid into the liquid. Is it yes or no, guys? Solid into the liquid. Next one, copper sulfate also solid into the liquid. Now I taught you one example. What is this? Diffusion of what? Diffusion of gases into liquid. Do you understanding? Diffusion of gases into liquid. Now same way if you take anything, so if you observe as well as liquids also, one liquid will diffuse into another liquid. So you can take, they can diffuse into liquids also. The rate of diffusion in liquids is much faster than solids but less than or slower than gases. Is it okay, guys? Because in liquids, particles move little freely and they have greater spaces between them compared to the particles of solids and less spaces between them compared to the particles of gases. That is what you have to take. Is it okay, guys?
okay, sir.
Now, next one, diffusion in solids. Last one of our today's class. That is what? Diffusion in solids. You are all very familiar with this one. In our daily life also you can observe. So diffusion in solids. Is it faster or slower? Arun Kailas?
Slower.
In solids. Is it much faster or much slower? Is it possible to observe within a day, within an hour, within a minute? Gopal, ready?
Slower,
It
sir.
may take
It's very slow fastest. Understanding? Very slow. You can write diffusion in solids is very slow process. Why very slow?
no intermolecular space.
Very slow process. Understand? Yeah, very slow process. What is the reason behind? Because particles are closely packed. Understand? So intermolecular force of attraction is more or less. Space is less. Understand? And force of attraction is more. Understand? Less space between the particles and greater force will be present. So because of that, particles will move easily or not? Particles cannot move easily. So it will take kinetic energy of the particles is less. So it will take more time to diffuse. Understanding? Diffusion in solids. Now let us take the real examples of diffusion in solids. Shall we discuss? Now, have you noticed it, guys? For example, you might be noticed before, now it is summer holidays, yes or no? Now after summer holidays, go and check in our class blackboard. Do you know all blackboard, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Have you noticed it, Hari, Danishkar, everyone, Arun Kailash, Gopal, everyone? Suppose this is the blackboard. Observe very carefully. Now, I have written something. Let me take now. This is what I have written. Now I will ask you to erase. Ready? Immediately erase. Is it possible to erase easily or not? We can erase it. Yes? Now, same thing. I written, understanding, MNR before holidays, around 10 to 15 days. Even you can verify. Now you can see, after 10 to 15 days, you can go and will erase. Try to rub with the duster. It is not possible to erase much easily. Is it yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Guys, anyone?
The force of attraction, sir.
Force of attraction illa, diffusion. Do you understand it? So,
Diffusion.
if you leave it for uncleaned for a considerable period of time, that is what, like 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, 30 days, then it is, we can find out easily. After holidays, you go and will try to erase something which is written on your board. You will feel little difficulty to clean. Because why? And also stains also will be present. Yes or no, Hari? It's not be complicated. Because it is difficult to clean the backboard afterwards. Due to that, some of the particles of chalk, what will happen? They will diffuse into the surface of blackboard. Do you understanding, guys? Are you understanding? After considerable time, some particles of chalk will diffuse into where? Will diffuse. Understanding? Diffuse into surface of blackboard. Okay, that is the reason. Are you understand ready?
Yes, sir.
Now next, one more thing, one more real life example I'll make. Can I say that one example? Now you can see, all of you, two metal blocks are bound together tightly and kept undisturbed for many years. Then you can see one metal are found to have diffused into the other metal. So it is, you can notice it will take many years, like 10-15 years also it can take. So two metal blocks I have taken. Understand, ready? So keep it for today. After 10 years you can check it. So two metal blocks I have been kept together. Do you understand, everyone? So now, first day if I'll try to lift it, easily I can lift it. Second day also okay, but after years you can check it. After 3 years, 4 years, 5 years you will see, then it is little bit difficult to separate them. Why, guys? By the time some particles of each block will be diffused into each other, so it is difficult to separate them. Do you understand, everyone? Everyone, please respond. Metal. Okay, ready? Hurry. Metal too. So if you kept for years for undisturbed, understand, kept years for undisturbed, so it is very difficult to remove. It's not very difficult. So due to they will slowly, they many, like you can see, many people will feel that solids cannot show diffusion. Yes or no? Yes, but yes, basically if you'll observe for a short period of time, diffusion in solids we cannot observe. But if you leave it for undisturbed, understanding, like chalk piece and board case, 10-15 days, and these two metal blocks, years, few years, then the particles of one metal are found to have diffused into the other metal. Then you can separate and you can see one metal, we can see the particles of another metal, and another metal we can see the particles of this metal. Means diffusion is taking place or not? Diffusion is taking place. That is what you have to remember. Is it okay? Next you can see. Have you seen your notebooks? Now, now presently which class you are studying, guys?
Ninth.
Class. Now go back to our class 6th or 7th notebooks, and you can see ink is spreading into the notebook, and the notebook also turns into, our letters are spreaded out. Have you noticed it?
Yes, sir.
Please respond.
Yes, sir.
So why it is happening? Suppose if you have written today, tomorrow you can check it, nothing will be there. But if you leave it for years, few years, then you can see our ink is spreading. Our ink is spreading into the page. Have you noticed it, ready? Danishkar, Arun Kailash? Yes or no? So that is also what we can say, diffusion only. Yes or no? So when the time goes on increases, the ink is a what? It's like a semi-solid. Yes or no? So ink will diffuses. Diffusion into what? Diffusion into paper. Do you understand? So that is what it will be spreading. So that is also example of what? Diffusion in solid solid. Understand? So diffusion of solid substances into another solid substance is very, very slow. Many people think that it won't be takes place, but it will be happen because solids do not move, understanding, from their fixed positions. What will happen in solids? Solids only they can vibrate. They cannot change their position. Yesterday I have shown you one picture. Do you remember? Vibrations.
Yes, sir.
Yes, everybody. Only solids, particles cannot move their position. In liquids and gases, they can move their positions, but solids only they can show vibration alone. So that is the reason many people will feel diffusion won't be takes place in solids, but solids only vibrate about their fixed positions. So due to lack of appreciable movement, that is what kinetic energy. So the diffusion in solids is very, very rare. Do you understand? So very rarely it will take place because of less understanding. What is that? Less or lack of appreciable movements. Okay, less movement. Only they will vibrate. Is it okay, everyone? Vibrate
Yes, sir.
from fixed positions. That is what. So this is why we can say. So diffusion in solids is what? Very rarely it will happen. Understand, Hari? Ready?
Yes, sir.
Diffusion in solids is very, very rare. So that is why so many people cannot believe. So this is all about diffusion in liquids, diffusion in gases, diffusion in liquids, and as well as diffusion in solids. So hope you all understand. So this is all about 1/4 of the chapter is completed. Then remaining, how much is remaining? 3/4 of the chapter is still pending. So that is what the next class will study the temperature. As we know, temperature is the main parameter of diffusion. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
That is why we need to know what is this temperature, how to measure, what is the different units of temperature. That is all we'll discuss later. Change of state of matter. That is what we can say. Solid to liquid, liquid to gas, and again back to gas to liquid, liquid to solid, and directly solid to gas also. That is what we'll study. Change of state of matter. Okay, later we'll go what is the effect of change of temperature. That is what temperature is the major parameter in most of the physical quantities. Is it okay, Hari? Ready? That is what. So
Yes, sir.
everyone, you remember temperature is going to be change the properties of any matter. That is why temperature we have to study. We'll study in the next class very in detail. So remaining slowly, we have enough time till end of this month we'll study. So by end of this month I'll finish this chapter. Okay. So latent heat of energy, that is all latent heat of vaporization, that is all we have to study. Is very, very important. So once it will over, this chapter will come to end. Okay. So thank you all of you. Bye. We'll meet in tomorrow's class.
Thank you, sir.